Hi everyone and welcome to this video. Today I am doing something a little different that I've never done before. I'm going to be sharing some hidden facts and secrets that I've never shared before about our Halverson Palace characters. So it's some behind the scenes content to know the characters a little bit better in the story and hopefully answer some unanswered questions. And yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so starting off, this is probably one of the most important ones to clear up some confusion. Queen Genevieve's late husband was referred to as King James, even though he was never a ruling monarch and technically prince consort. This is because at the time, I believed it was a little sexist that the title of king ranks higher than the queen. But I realized that it does make it confusing for everyone, so therefore partners of a reigning queen will hold the title of consort moving forward, just like they're supposed to in real life. Number 2. King James personally taught both Annalise and Erica how to play the piano. The three of them would actually perform songs together every holiday to family and friends. Number 3. There are photos in Annalise and Julian's bedroom honoring their first pregnancy, which can be seen in episode 8's Machinima. Number 4. Princess Cassiopeia got her name from the conversation Aiden and Elena had back in season 1, part 15, while they were looking up at the constellations in Selva Dorada. Number 5. Lord Jameson received his name to pay tribute to Lady Joanna's late uncle, King James. Number 6. When the kids were little, Lord Levi actually had a crush on Lord Julian for the time being. Number 7. We know that one rule of magic is that spellcasters receive consequences when they use someone else's magic and not their own. The universe sees it as almost a mockery or example of ungratefulness. The problem is, no one tells you what those consequences are, which leaves us to guess which hardship of life could be. For example, when Xander asked the fairies to use their powers to find Maria in season 1, part 3, his consequence may have been that he could never father the child of the woman he truly loved, as she turned out to be infertile. Or when Queen Genevieve asked the fairies for help to find the person that killed her husband, her consequence may have been that the kingdom was bankrupt and she had to resort to marrying off her daughter, which obviously didn't follow through, but yeah. Number 8. Although Miss Chance has never left the magic realm/fairy world, there are other fairies besides our known 3 that are in the human world, helping where they can. Number 9. When Princess Maria was younger, she played on the kingdom's most prestigious private school soccer team until her studies became a little more difficult. Number 10. Queen Audrey and King Noah's marriage was actually arranged. Number 11. The Halverson royals don't really go on vacations, but when they did, it was to the islands of Sulani. The girls haven't been there since they were children, but they have very fond memories being there with their father. Number 12. This also happened to be the same place Princess Erica had her very first crush on the then Prince of Sulani. Number 13. Crown Princess Carmen and Princess Etta established a charity that helps fund the tuition fees of academically eligible medical students in the Walters Kingdom in celebration of Princess Etta completing her nursing degree. Number 14. Every marriage proposal has meaning. Carmen proposed to Etta when and where they shared their very first kiss. Aiden proposed to Elena near the place she told him she loves him, in front of family, including Maria, which meant so much to her. Julian proposed at the top of the lighthouse, where him and Annalise finally addressed their feelings for each other. Derek made sure when he proposed it was just the two of them and it was casual, which is the most comfortable place for Erica to be. Number 15. Leroy left for Selva Dorada just days before the king was poisoned to spend time with his sick wife, who wasn't originally from there. After her death, he didn't serve as a guard for the royal family again until about 5 to 6 years later, when Queen Genevieve asked for him to accompany Erica on her mission to Selva Dorada. Number 16. In the game, Dr. Takio, who we met in season 1, part 15, is still alive and now married with 3 children. Number 17. When King Winston and Queen Adriana found out about Crown Prince Jonathan's frail health, they tried again for a son in case of Jonathan not making it to become king. However, their third child turned out to be a girl, Princess Elena. Number 18. There are sitting spaces beside each other on the first floor of the palace and on the third floor. They are both identical, however the flowers on the left side are pink, representing Annalise, and the flowers on the right side are blue, representing Erica. Number 19. When Erica became of age, she purchased a lot for her own use in Selva Dorada. The president wanted to gift it to her for free as a thank you for all the work she's done, but she insisted to buy it herself. The house is still there. The only people that live there currently are the maids awaiting for Erica and Derek to return. Number 20. Princess Erica's Saving Selva Dorada Foundation's mission, including building schools, apartment buildings, proper plumbing and electricity for every family on the island. Number 21. When King James was 17, before he married the Queen, he had almost been hit by a car in the street when Leroy, who was a police officer at the time, saved his life. To thank him, James offered Leroy a job in security for royalty and nobility, and the two were good friends ever since. Number 22. I actually first started writing a variation of this story years before playing The Sims, and in that story, Marchioness Iris had 4 daughters instead of 2. Number 23. After Princess Maria was found and Xander told Elena where his parents were, King James went in disguise to the island they were staying at and threatened to put them in prison if they ever left that particular island again, as a consequence for kidnapping Maria, which eventually resulted in them poisoning the king out of anger. Number 24. The women in both of these scenes is the same person. That's all I'm giving you for now. Number 25. Prince Derek gave his last performance as the mystery violinist right before he left with Erica for Selva Dorada over 5 years ago. Erica, Joanna, and Carlos were there in disguise supporting him. Number 26. Through Lady Joanna and Lord Carlos's passionate and aggressive marriage, the idea of couples therapy has been completely shut down by both of them. Number 27. The entire Halverson Palace is covered in portraits of the royal family I have made through Sims 4 Studio, but on the 3rd floor, the pictures are actually photos I've taken in-game back at the old palace. Number 28. King James's urn is featured in one of the main floor living rooms with his photo hanging over it. Number 29. There is a room in the palace specifically dedicated for now only Princess Annalise's cat, Serafina. But before, it was also shared by Princess Erica's cat, Wolfie. Number 30. There are always security guards following the royals and nobles wherever they go. I just can't control so many Sims at once, so we don't actually see them in the game. However, some are dressed in typical security guard uniforms, and others are dressed as normal civilians to not draw attention. Number 31. King Noah was actually second in line to the throne after his older brother, but soon became heir after the crown prince tragically died in a helicopter accident. Number 32. The public's reaction to magical history of the royal family is that they don't believe any of it. They think that these kind of rumors were created as a publicity stunt just to get people talking. In this day and age, magic only finds people who go searching for it, so the topic is not very much common knowledge. Number 33. Queen Genevieve is a reigning monarch, meaning she is the active ruler of Halverson Kingdom. She and her team of royal advisors are the government. Whereas the Walters Kingdom has a government separate from the royal family for quite a few years now with a prime minister, making Halverson Kingdom an absolute monarchy, although there are democratic laws in place when choosing royal advisors and government officials, but the ruler is always set. Walter's Kingdom is therefore a constitutional monarchy, as they choose who rules the kingdom politically. However, the royal family is still kept in high regard out of respect, and most importantly for the people, inviting charity, promoting kindness, advocating for righteousness, and dealing with the public on more social-based issues that can immediately be brought to the government's attention. Number 34. The only people to bear witness to Derek and Erica's elopement in Selva Dorada was their security team, including Leroy, as well as some important members of the SSF. Number 35. Aiden has continued to be held in high regard of the kingdom's overall security and policing system, however has taken a step back from being so heavily involved to focus on supporting his wife Princess Elena's royal duties. Number 36. Prince Julian pledged a law that makes it mandatory for orphan children and/or children in foster care to receive professional mental health services until they reach the age of 18, funded by the kingdom, because, as he put it, children are the future. Number 37. Once Princess Elena heard about the bill Prince Julian pledged to pass, she teamed up with him to pass another bill offering free mental health services for young mothers both during pregnancy and up to 1 year after the child is born. Number 38. Crown Princess Annalise has kept journals since she was able to write. One day, when the time comes, she plans on joining her most life-altering entries to create a book on her life. Number 39. Queen Genevieve very much thought of her late husband as an angel. She felt extremely grateful that fate brought her to the Marquis's son so her resentful father wouldn't be able to disapprove of him. Number 40. Derek has published 20 symphonies under his own name, but 10 under the mystery violinist. Number 41. Princess Etta, Prince Julian, Princess Erica, and Lord Jordan are all part of the demisexual community, meaning they lack the crave or need for sexual activity and will only have the want to participate it with a partner they have formed a long and deep connection with. Number 42. Royals and nobles travel between kingdoms by helicopter and/or private jet. Even though they wouldn't have to travel overseas, I'd imagine the drive between palace from palace would be way over 8 hours. Number 43. Raymond has yet to meet Maria's parents, even though they were all at the same event together for New Year's Eve. I imagine Raymond accompanied Lord George's family, as they have been lifelong friends, to the ball as a guest invited by Princess Maria, whereas Charity accompanied Angelica and her family to the ball. Of course, they danced together, but I imagine all the friends danced together. So Elena and Aiden know Raymond as George's friend, who Maria is kinda crushing on. Number 44. All royals and nobles of the Halverson kingdom must be fluent in both French and English, whereas all the royals and nobles in the Walters kingdom must be fluent in Spanish and English. Number 45. Religion plays no part in royal duties and/or ceremonies in both kingdoms. However, it is a part of royal duties to learn all world religions in depth, and it is 100% up to them whether or not they choose to follow a faith, as it is also up to them if they choose to share it with the general public. Number 46. Reporters, interviewers, journalists, and paparazzi are not allowed to converse with and/or speak to royal children under the age of 18 and vice versa. This is for safety and also to eliminate the chance of information being misconstrued. Unfortunately, you can't exactly control people from taking photos, so this is as good as it gets without taking rights away. Number 47. Royal children are also not allowed to own social media platforms until the age of 18, as it can disrupt their studies and affect their development in a negative way. Number 48. Both kingdoms have free healthcare. Number 49. Nobles and royals are paid through tax dollars for the multitude of responsibilities they have to the public. However, most of them have investments, ownerships, businesses, and/or occupations of their own. And finally, number 50. Fairies are immortal, therefore they can never die from old age. And that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave your questions, comments below. Let me know if there's still something that you're unsure or unclear about. And stay tuned for the next episode of the Halverson Palace series. And I'll see you next time. Bye!